She's spending 27 years in prison. I spent 10 years in prison with her already. So because the Carmelo Anthony case is so similar, it's currently in the media right now going bonkers. Let me tell you guys about Rachel Wade. Rachel Wade was dating a teenage guy. She was a teenager herself and apparently was a very toxic relationship. This douchebag guy that she was dating had apparently been dating another girl at the same time. She was in high school as well. So 3 teenagers. Rachel had her own apartment at this time, had moved out of her parents' house at 17 years old. She turned 18 in the midst of this crime. She was working at Applebee's. Of course, this loser that she was dating, he was leeching off of her. He was just a mood. She was just using her for her apartment, somewhere to hang out, her car. Rachel and the other girl found out that they were both dating the same guy. His name was Josh. When they found out that they were both dating Josh, instead of just ditching the loser, of course, they turn on each other. One of the girls was actually really good friends with Josh's sister. So one of the girlfriends, Josh's sister, and another friend all went to antagonize, be nasty, try to provoke a situation and pick on Rachel while she was at work at Applebee's. They went into her restaurant. They sat in her section. They were really rude. They knocked things over and they ended up leaving. This is where it gets crazy. And this is where it ties into the Carmelo Anthony situation and why I'm even talking about this. Rachel, the one that's doing 27 years in prison, was driving home one night. She decided to drive past Josh's house because Josh was not answering the phone. When she drives past his house, she sees the minivan that the other girl drives, the other one that's in this triangle. She sees it sitting outside Josh's house. She flips. She starts calling Josh, threatening. She's crashing out. She's going bonkers. She knows that they're hanging out together. And finally, the girl gets on the phone with Rachel and she's like, look, this is my man. You need to steer clear. He wants nothing to do with you. I won. It's over. They were crashing out, the both of them. And they were like, oh, I'm going to beat your ass. No, I'm going to beat your ass when I see you, when I catch you outside. Blah, blah, blah. And one was going to beat the other one up and the other one was going to beat the other one up and whatever. Well, the girl that was actually hanging out with Josh, the one that drove the minivan, she tells Rachel, what's up? I'm coming to your house right now. I'm not going to keep having this girl come around my man. I'm not going to keep having this girl trying to take my man. I'm going to her apartment right now. And Rachel called the girl back after she heard her message and heard what she had to say, but the girl didn't pick up. Because she was on her way to Rachel's apartment. So Rachel says on a recorded voicemail to the girl, oh, you're on your way to my apartment? If you show up at my apartment, I'm going to you. But the girl never had a chance to hear it because she was for real on her way driving to Rachel's house. Rachel at this point, she's like, oh, this girl might really be on her way here. And, she might come with some people. So I'm a little scared. So I'm going to call my homeboy. She calls her homeboy that's going to come and sit with her to make sure that nothing crazy happens. And he comes over. So now Rachel and her homeboy are sitting at her apartment. They're inside. They're not outside. They're not waiting or planning. They're just sitting in the apartment, chilling in case something does happen. She has somebody there with her that could possibly break it up. The other girl, she's got herself, she's got her homegirl, and she's got Josh's sister in the car. The 3 girls in the minivan do pull up to Rachel's apartment. They call her. They're like, hey, beep, we're here. Come outside. And she's like, I'm not coming outside. And they're like, if you're not coming outside, we're coming inside. So they start to go towards her door. They make their way towards her door. She is terrified. So she grabs a kitchen butter poker, like literally the ones that you just put butter. It wasn't anything out of this world. It wasn't like a butcher. She goes to the door. The girl that drives the minivan swings on her and jumps on her. She just takes off. When she takes off, Rachel's trying to fight as well. But Rachel is small. Rachel's like 5'1", 110, 115 pounds. The girl that drives the minivan, she's like 5'7", 5'8", and a solid 180. She's got a grip, okay? She's a lot bigger than her. And there's 3 of them, and there's 1 of Rachel. So she's outnumbered. There's a huge size difference between 3 girls. All of them are much bigger than Rachel. And they're at Rachel's house. So you'd think that Rachel has the advantage. While the girls are jumping on her and beating her up, Rachel pulls out her little kitchen poker, and she gets the girl that drives the minivan one time in a place that just causes her to pretty quickly. The homeboy who was there with Rachel, he said it happened so fast he really didn't even have time to break it up. He calls the police, and by the time the ambulance gets there, she's gone. Rachel was at her apartment where 3 much bigger than her females show up. We are in Florida. This is a stand your ground state. She did not have to retreat. The 3 girls jumped on her and they were getting the better of her, and she defended herself. Yet and still, this girl, Rachel, got 27 years in prison. 27 years. Now, I don't like Rachel, okay? She's two-faced. She's a big liar, and I don't like her. I didn't like her in prison. I was friends with her for a moment in time, but whatever. I don't like her as a person. However, I do think 27 years was an over sentence. And I do think that while she should have gotten a little bit of time because she didn't have to engage in the situation, I don't think that she should have gotten that much time. Why do I bring this case up? I bring this case up because it was a very high profile case back then. And the entire point to this is that self-defense is incredibly hard to prove. People try to do it all the time. People will claim it all the time. With the Carmelo Anthony situation going on, where everyone thinks it's just so cut and dry, there are so many situations. This is not an uncommon situation. It's only a big deal because some of the factors that can be sensationalized in this case, so it's like a media's dream. People will claim self-defense all the time, and 9 times out of 10, they don't get it. So I only bring this up as an example that you may not have heard of all the self-defense claims that are out here and all the cases that were not won, but this happens quite often. And even in Rachel's case, as you guys can see, they came to her house. She was outnumbered. They were much bigger than her, and she was legitimately protecting herself. They jumped on her and still got 27 years in prison, okay? Make good decisions. Don't engage in the dumb shit. And also, let's not lose sight of the fact that I got 10 years for burglary, okay? I got 10 years for stolen gold. She got 27 years for taking a life. I don't know. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you on the next one, okay? Later.